Are we? All right, cool. We're there. Big up, and welcome to another episode of Cryptic Reasoning. We are going live at the moment. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me make sure everything is uh, where it's supposed to be. Hold on. Let's see. Edit. I suppose all is well, but anyway, I'm gonna jump right into it because personally, how you doing, Roxanne? Welcome. Welcome, Roxanne. Welcome to this live stream. Now I'm not filming from my phone. Typically when I do film from my phone, we do tend to get a whole lot more traffic sort of popping up from the from what do you call it now? From the shorts feed. So people tend to be in and out sometimes by the thousands, sometimes by the hundreds. But it is what it is. Tonight we're going to talk about what we need to talk about. Regardless of how many people are here. So basically, what I kind of want to talk about is this, right? Because I think we're approaching a period in time, and I'm not entirely sure if things were always like this. But it's sort of like this right now. So we're at a point in time where the truth is really being betrayed, right? Where the truth is really being threatened by this sort of artificial perspective that some people are basically trying to force down the throat of everyone else, right? So my day was good, Roxanne. How was your day? Hopefully you had a brilliant day as well. But yeah, so right. So just it's as if the truth, right? So, all right, basically, what I'm going to talk about is this, and I know I didn't put it in the title. Maybe I probably should put. Mhm. So basically, it's like this. So I know you guys kind of by now. Pretty sure most people by now have seen what it is that transpired over the last day, right? A little over 24 hours now. When the inauguration took place over there in Washington D.C. So Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States, right? So this is something that this would be truth, right? So this is something where it's like you can't fabricate that. This is what it is, right? This is something that everyone can agree with. He is, whether or not you agree with him, politically, whether or not you like him as a person, whether or not you voted for him, this is what it is. We can all agree that this is truth, correct? Okay, good. Decent base to kind of spark this conversation off. So now at the inauguration, there was something that happened that really took me not only by surprise, but to be completely honest with you, and it's very difficult to really surprise me in this day and age, right? I expect that from other people around Donald Trump. I expect that from people that sort of share some of his core values, some of his ideals. I didn't necessarily expect someone who has amassed so much wealth and so much influence, right, to act in such, I don't even want to say a juvenile way, because most juveniles are not going to do this, but to do something so completely irresponsible um and hateful. And to be honest with you, it I was I'm going to be honest, I was angry, I was upset, um and still to some degree, but I've since toned it down a little bit, but it's still outrageous no matter what angle it is that you look at it from. But that in itself was bad enough, right? Like we seen what it is that transpired. This is exactly what it is that took place. So this happened. We've seen it happen. We see with our eyes. We witness something happen. And then here's the thing now. What we witness, we know that we saw what we saw, but it's like, hold on, wait, hold on. Is this actually what I saw? This is because it's something that's just so mind blowing, right? That now you kind of question, is this really what it is that I saw? Hold on. Nah, I hold on. Let me go find more sources. Let me go see if this is actually what it is that happened. And then you see that no, this is precisely what it is that took place. Right? And you look at it from different angles and you show it to other people and you ask them what it is that they see without even trying to influence what it is that they're saying to you. And then they say, hold on, wait, no, this is what I see. And when they say what it is that they see, you it sort of reinforces that you're not bugging, right? You know you're not bugging in the initial stages, but then there's the part of you that's like, hold on, am I? And then you go and you confirm it with other people that see the same exact thing. And it's like, no. And then the more I look at it, the more I look at what Musk did. The more I look at it, the more I look at the gesture, the more I look at the enthusiasm, right? Because people are saying that he was saying, "Oh, I give you my heart," or something along those lines, or from my heart to your heart, something, whatever it is that they were trying to communicate. They were trying to communicate something. What's going on, Terrence B? Terrence B in the house. Um, Hold on, give me a second because this just fell out. Forgive me for that. Um, all right, so I'm gonna get into what it is that I'm talking about before I start reading some of these messages that you guys have. See, I'm not filming from my phone tonight, so we're probably not gonna have as much traffic. But either way, these are things that need to be said. Big ups to yourself, Terrence B. Thank you so much for asking, man. I'm doing great, bro. I cannot complain about anything right now. But we're gonna bring some of these things to the forefront. And it's this far right extremism that this is what it is that I was trying to point out going into the election. This is what I was trying to point out. This is what I was really trying to show everyone, that no, this is who these people are. These are the birds that are flocking together. This is something that is okay to them. This is cool. They're given free reign to do and say these things and do these gestures, right? Because any other president, right? Imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine it's Barack Obama that's the president, right? Barack Obama was the president at some point. So most people who were alive during his presidency, that's not something that's very difficult to imagine because it's something that actually did happen. Can we agree with that? Is that reality? Yeah? Okay, cool. Barack Obama was the president at one point. When Barack Obama was president, imagine at Barack Obama's inauguration, there was a black man, a black billionaire, whomever it was, right? And a black billionaire decided that they were going to put up an extremist group from black people, right? Some may say the Panthers was an extremist group. I don't necessarily share that same sentiment. Um, of course, the Black Panthers were around during the 70s. Of course, there were things that kind of happened with the Black Panthers. I can't sit up here and act like I know everything about Black Panthers because I don't know much, right? But I do know that the Black Panthers did some good in the community. However, even though the Black Panthers did some good in the community, even though the Black Panthers somewhat protected their community, the Black Panthers were viewed as enemies, right? The Black Panthers were viewed as something that was very disgusting, something that needed to be dismantled, something that needed to be stopped. Now, imagine this. Imagine Barack Obama as the president. And imagine there was someone that people deemed a very wealthy, very influential person that got up there on stage and did something like this. Oh, I love you guys. And enthusiastically threw up the fist. And then turned around and did it again. My heart goes out to you. What do you believe? Like, and people are rational and enough to really think this through. What do you believe would have happened? Do you believe that people would have created a narrative? Do you believe that people would have gaslit everyone into believing that this is not what it is that they actually are seeing? Do you believe that people would, somewhat just try to bypass it or try to brush it under the rug as if it's nothing, as if it's something that's minuscule, as if it's something that really doesn't matter, as if you're the one that's bugging, right? When deep down, right? Because we can all somewhat mutually agree that this is something that actually did transpire, you can assume that this person doesn't really see it the way that they're projecting that they see it, because in actuality, that's the common consensus is no, that person actually did just throw up that fist. What do you think would have happened? Do you think there would have been some sort of outrage? What exactly do you think would have happened in that situation? Because I see where there's so many people that are creating these narratives. And again, this isn't something that we should really be sitting up here and pretending as if this is something new, because these are not new things. This is what it is that happens time and time again. Right? When these people come up with their extremist perspectives and their extremist agendas, and and they just basically just thrust it at everyone. What then happens? They get a defense league that's saying, hold on, that's not really what you saw is not really what you saw. No, no, no. You got to go get your head examined because you're low IQ. Oh, something's going on with you. Oh, that's not really what it is. And then, here's the thing. If you get to the point where now you're starting to see yourself or starting to see what you just saw from their perspective, even though their perspective isn't even coming from reality, and they're well aware that their perspective is not coming from reality at all. They're well aware that what they're doing is that they're manipulating you. Are you going to be one of those people that really falls for the okey doke? Are you going to be one of those people that are like, oh, you know what? I guess you're right. I guess you're right. You are right. I really didn't see what I thought I saw. What I saw, I didn't really see. I didn't really perceive that. That's not really what happened. No, no. And this is not Twitter was purchased for a reason. They're trying to ban TikTok and purchase TikTok and all of these things for a reason. Hidden behind, oh, national security and this, that, and the third. Ban it, unban it. Oh, you know what? We got to try to get it to be sold to somebody that's over here in America. Why is that? Because these apps have influence. Because once they control these apps, once they control the Times Square, once they control what it is that people give their attention to, then who has the influence? Because everything is about control. Everything is about controlling the mind. Everything is about controlling the masses. Everything is about control, right? That's what it all boils down to. That's why when you look over, right? Because if you Google these things, you'll see that three of the world's wealthiest men and the wealthiest men in America, right? Moreover, probably even more than three, but the ones that most people know, right? Were there, right? I'm certain there was a combined net worth of over $1 trillion by by the individuals that were there. I'm certain of it. And this isn't anything that don't this isn't something where I can completely prove that this is what I'm saying, but you can Musk is worth what, 400 something billion according to them. Zuckerberg hundreds of billions. Um, and Bezos hundreds of billions. Right? Those are just those three people. What about everybody else that's there as well? And the thing is with this, right? The thing is with this, right? Is that the people, human beings, regular people, people who care about their family, people who are actually still have a sense of humanity in them, empathy in them. These people it's like they're constantly at battle with one another. They're constantly kept separated. They're constantly mimic just in these petty spats with one another, while these people continue to grow in influence and in money. When I think of the things that we fixate our attention on, right? And myself included, I'm guilty of this as well, right? What are the things that we focus on mostly when we go online a lot of times? People want to be entertained. The vast majority of people, and this isn't something that I'm too guilty of, although I sometimes do indulge as well, is what's going on in some of these celebrities' lives. That shouldn't be the most important thing to you. The most important thing to you shouldn't be what's happening in these people's lives and who's at spat with who, and you racing to get home because you want to find out what the next quarrel is, or who fell out, or who's doing this and who's doing that. When right there in plain sight, we're seeing the changing of the guard, and you would think that people would just have an inkling of humanity in them to say, hold on, I see what it is that's going on here. How can I put a stop to this? What is it that I can do to stop this? How can I play a part in making things better as opposed to adding to the problem? You see the gesture that happened the other day. You see the way how, um, let me see. I wish I could kind of. You see the gesture that was done yesterday, right? The gesture that Elon Musk did yesterday. You know the reason why, and this is cryptic reasoning, right? So of course, we have to view it from a different perspective. But when people do things like this, when people taunt people, um, and do these things that are just completely outlandish, that is just completely, it's almost like an ego trip. It's because these people feel as if they are invincible. It's because these people feel like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna deny it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna gaslight everyone, and then we're gonna act like that's not really what happened. And then you know what? Next week, people are gonna move on to something else, and they're gonna forget about this stuff and forget that this happened. And they're gonna have some people who have an extreme perspective on it. Some people that don't like it extremely, and then you're gonna have those people that are just really passive about it. Oh, really? I don't care. It is what it is. Whatever. Or they're gonna say, "Oh, that's not really what he did." Oh, or you know what? Move on from that. What are you doing? As if you're not continually lining the pockets of these individuals, right? As if you're not paying that note on that Tesla. As if you're not investing in Tesla. Some people anyway, I don't, as if you're not rooting and championing some of the causes that these people are standing behind, whether directly or indirectly. And what happens is the energy that you have, the impact that you have on the universe, who you were put here to be, it's like you submit that will to them. And we see it over and over and over again. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. And we see it happening over and over and over again. Right? We see it happening over and over and over again. The many, right? The many submitting and giving all that they have to the very few and laying down so that they could walk all over them. And it seems as if history just continues to repeat itself. How are we going to break the cycle? As human beings, what is it that we're going as human beings, what is it that we are going to do to break the cycle? These individuals do not care about you. They do not care about your well-being. They are showing you that you do not matter. They're showing you that there ain't nothing that you could do about it, because I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna pretend like I didn't do this, and all is going to be well. Ain't gonna be no backlash. Ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Or so they think. Or so they think. But until people start to decide, well, you know what? I don't have to participate in this game. I don't have to submit my will to these people. I don't have to continue to invest in their companies and champion their causes. If I don't agree with who they are, the little or a lot that I make, or whatever it is that I have, the energy that I have, I simply will not direct that energy towards these people. These people are not gods as they would want, or any more godly than you are. They don't have any more impact on the universe than you do. Some of these people don't even really like themselves. So out of these gestures that you see, and you may think to yourself, oh man, oh, I want to be just like them. Do you? Is that what you want to be like? Why? Because you think, if you had all the money in the world, this, that, and the third, you'll be able to do this, that, and the third. And look, this guy has cartoon like money. I've said that before. I've said that before. According to what it is that we're being told, according to what it is that we read, it seems as if this is cartoon like money. But at the same time, when you see these people and you see how divisive and you see how hateful they are, and you see the things that they're doing behind the scenes, you could you just tell that, hold on, these people ain't even really, that money didn't buy you no happiness, right? Now these people are trying to get to Mars and this, that, and the third. To Mars. To Mars. I'm not saying anything is wrong with Mars. I mean, for the most part, most kids that grow up probably think about. I know when I was a kid, I wanted to see what space was like. I wanted to explore space. You know what I mean? Like just to wonder what's out there. Oh, I wonder what this planet is like. I wonder what that planet is like. I wonder what an alien over here would look like, and this, that, and the third, right? But there's a part of me that just believes that some of what it is that they're doing is there. It's like, and this is just a theory. Could be more than that, but it's just a theory. But it seems as if they just want to screw people over and then head on over to Mars. I was about to say the moon, right? Forget about everybody else. Imagine that. Imagine these people being having access to some of the things that they have access to. And you guys know precisely what it is that we're talking about. We're not going to just spell it out. But with that kind of power, quote unquote, they could just press a button and just leave. You understand what I'm saying? Press a button, cause a whole lot of damage, and just leave. Just vacate. Just leave the whole planet and then have a laugh about it. Just like they got up there on stage the other day, did that hand gesture, and had a laugh about it. I'm sure they did. And I'm sure there was a lot of people that were really proud. When I say a lot, that's subjective. But I'm sure there was a lot of people that were very proud when they saw what it is that he did. I'm sure it resonated with quite a bit of people. But for the rest of us that it did not resonate with, are we going to hold these people accountable? Or are we afraid of the money and the influence that these people have? Now, again, it's about energy. What is it that we do with our energy? Where do we direct our energy? This guy wants to be seen so bad. He wants to be liked so bad, right? That it doesn't matter if he's hurting other people. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't. And that symbol, that what it is that he did, that gesture, that's from some of the darkest times in human history. I say some of because some of us are descended from other people who, different types of things happen to as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. Last night, after I seen that last night, I was up. I was really thinking about it. And I got a few hours sleep, and I was really still thinking about it. It's like, yo, how this really happened? This really happened without a care for all the people that you know passed away. Whether it be people that were defending those people that were being targeted, whether it be the people that were targeted, the victims of that situation, so many people passed away. There's still people feeling the residual effects of it. There's still people feeling the effects of what it is that transpired back then. Just like on our side, right? When it came to what it is that happened to our ancestors, there's still that deep rooted element, for lack of a better term, right? There's still elements of that within us right now, and the way that we interact with each other, and the way that we're still being persecuted, and the way that we're still being portrayed in the media, right? And the way that we treat one another, the way that we treat ourselves. It didn't just up and just go away. So how could we not empathize with those people that experience that sort of stuff? How could we not? Nobody, no group of no whole group of people should ever have to endure that sort of treatment. And then the gesture, the things that they did, like that should be buried in history, never to be unlocked again. That should be a chapter in history that we never, ever attempt to repeat or cosplay or laugh or joke about or none of that sort of stuff. That should be gone. That should be gone. In Germany, they're not playing that right now. If you do that in Germany, you're going down for it. Whatever that means to you. If you do that in certain places in Europe, you're going down for it because they know the ramifications of it, because they were close to it, because they know the effects of it. They know how divisive it is. And a lot of people suffered. But here we are. We're not holding these people accountable like we should. We're not. But anyway, let me see if we could find actual footage of this stuff because I know I was kind of here and I kind of spoke a lot about it, but um let's take a look at it. And we're really going to look into this, right? So let's look at it. Wait, what's happening here? Okay, all right.
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we could hold on, give it a few seconds because sometimes this tends to happen. Whenever I do start to share the screen, there tends to be like a little gap. I'm sure you guys can probably hear me, although I'm not entirely sure, but it should be the screen should be popping up shortly. Is the screen up yet? No, I don't see it on this side, but let's see. Hold on.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important. Some are not. But this one, this one, this one really mattered.
You're right. You're right about that, Roxy.
You know, there are.
Hold on. Let me stop sharing. And see if, hold on. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I just
For making it happen. Thank you.
because
And I just want to say thank you.
I'm wondering if the reason why it's not showing right now is because they don't want it to be showing. I'm wondering if that's what it is. Um, let's see if we can find a different one somewhere else. I'm wondering if that's what it is that's happening right now. The Safari? I don't want to be on Safari.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some
Yeah,
elections are.
It seems as if
you know,
this is being blocked.
Important. Some are not.
It seems as if that's what's happening. But we're gonna try to find this video.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
please welcome to the stage, Mr. Elon Musk.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah. And this was no ordinary victory. This was a fork in the road of human.
I'm trying to see. Still not showing, huh? SMH. SMH. Can you at least hear what it is that's happening? No. Well, that sucked. Because here I am actually trying to share the screen and show you guys what it is that transpired. Because I was really going to do a breakdown of the gesture itself and kind of show you guys the way the gesture was, like how it was done and the enthusiasm behind it, and to just break it down to kind of show you guys that, hold on, this isn't something where you could just assume and give the benefit of the doubt. This is something that was a mistake. This was very deliberate. In fact, so deliberate that it was done twice, right? It was done one on the front end and one on the back end as well. He turned around and he did the same exact thing to I guess there were people behind him as well, or people behind the stage. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't there. I don't know how the setup was. Probably they were in the middle and maybe there were people on the other side as well. But as much as I'm here trying to show you guys what it is that happened, man. Let's try one more time. Let's see if we can share this tab. That's okay. I saw it, and others who are not illiterate did see it too. Yeah, no, Roxanne, you're absolutely right about that. You saw it. And people that are not illiterate saw it as well. But we just have to just cement. We just have to cement this. We have to just, you know what I mean, leave absolutely no benefit of doubt that this is what it is that transpired. You know what I mean? Man.
I was at the Trump inauguration yesterday.
Not entirely sure why they're not allowing me to share the screens. Is it happening now? Oh, okay. Am I up? Are you seeing it? Oh, nice. Okay, cool. All right, good. Good. Because I was just about to watch this, but cool. All right. So now let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's see if we get
there are elections that come and
cool. Boom. Here we are. All right. So we finally got to it, right? We were gonna get there at some point. We finally got to it, right? So let's actually take a look at what it is that happened here, right? We're gonna take a look at what it is that transpired, right? So this, I'm sure you guys know who this person is right here, right? I'm sure you guys are well aware of this guy, big time tech billionaire. Went and got his fancy little hairpiece up here. He probably needs to go back because there's quite a bit going on right here. But he went to the inauguration and he decided that he was going to do something that I just can't find the words for. We'll just put it that way. But anyway, see for yourself what it is that happened.
and go. Some elections are, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Thank you for making it happen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hand over the heart. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, back in the day, this was a thing that the older dudes used to do. The OGs used to do. They used to. You understand what I'm saying? Still to this day, or go like this and bow. You know what I mean? Like, I know some Rastafarians, and this is what it is. Blessings. Blessings. You understand what I'm saying? And do a bow, right? But just pay attention to the look. Look at his face. Thank you.
I want to say thank you.
Look at the change, right? Just look at the change in his body language, in his demeanor. He goes from this somewhat smile. I don't know what it is that you call this. It's a look, right? But it doesn't look like he's angry, right? It doesn't look like he's upset at all. And then he goes from
making it happen.
Thank you. Thank you. Hand over the heart. Look at the changes in his face now, right? Like just look at the body language. Look at the changes. Boom, hits his heart, right? Hand over heart. Boom, hand over heart. Now look at the facial expression. Observe the facial expression. Observe it. Look at it. People are trying to tell me this happened by accident. You're trying to gaslight me into believing that this happened by accident. They're trying to gaslight people into believing that this happened by accident. But we're not stupid. We're not dumb. This didn't happen by accident. And then moreover, all right, cool. Look. Goes back into the state of somewhat relaxed, right? Not a care in the world, right? Because if, as far as he's concerned, ain't nothing you could do about it. And then, right? To add insult to injury, look. Mm. All right. Cool.
My heart goes out to you.
Heart goes out to you. Heart goes out to you. Heart goes out to you. We're gonna freeze frame this though, right here, right? We're gonna.
This one really. Thank you.
Right. We're gonna freeze that one right there. Take a look at that. We're gonna freeze right there, right? Let's freeze that one right there, right? If I could somehow just kind of show you guys what this is, right? Damn, I don't know if there's a way that I could kind of show you guys, right? What it is that I'm seeing here. Right? But if you, let's see, hopefully I'm going to switch over to this and I want you guys to kind of see this as well. See what it is that I'm looking at right here. Right? So we can kind of compare the two. Like just look at the gesture there and then look at this. Right? Look at this. Right? Look at that. Right? Look at this. And look at this. Wow. And then you have people that are out there trying to gaslight people into believing that what they're seeing is not really what it is that they are seeing. It is an honor to stand up for what it is that the truth is, right? The truth is the truth. And when the truth is under attack, right, we have to stand up. Otherwise, what type of world are we heading into? And what did you do to contribute to it? Because if you stay by idly and not speak up and not say anything about it, then you are a part of the problem. You are a part of the problem if you continue to stand by and just allow these sort of things to just happen, right? So, of course, these people are very well connected. These people have millions and millions, right? But that ain't enough. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me knock this out. Right? But that ain't enough. These people are morally, and with all the money that they have, with all the connections that they have, morally, They are in the deficit. Morally, they are severely in the deficit. This shouldn't be something that's done on any stage in 2025, much less the inauguration stage of the United States of America. That is embarrassing. That right there is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. And the whole world, you know what? The whole world is looking at that. And the whole world is questioning what it is that's happening here in the United States. The whole world is questioning what's happening here in the United States because this isn't a show of strength. This isn't 1940. We're not in those times. People are not going for that. I'm certain of it. Right? But at the same time, there are those people who are passively allowing, not allow, because of course he made his own decision. But when I say allowing, I mean in terms of the narrative. The narrative should never be that this is something that didn't happen or that's not really what it is that he did. No, this is precisely what it is that he did. We all know what it is that he did, and we will not be gaslit into believing that this is not what it is that happened. Because once something like this happens, that window, that little window of doubt that you have, where you're like, nah, there's no way that happened. Even though you saw what you saw, there's a part of you that's just like, nah, bro, doesn't want to believe what it is that you saw. That part of you is what it is that they try to use to convince you that that's not really what it is that happened. So that part of you and that snip, that little second, that little window right there, don't let that part of you be the boss. Don't let them be the boss. Don't let them control the narrative. Don't let them control the narrative. Now I'm going to move on into something else as well, because this is actually something else that I want to talk about too, man, because there's something else that I want to talk about as well. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's see if we can get over here and make some changes. The truth is being betrayed, gaslighting, the lies. Right. So there's also something else that I wanted to speak about as well. Also something else that I really, really wanted to speak about as well. And what I wanted to speak about was what it is that happened with Snoop Dogg and Nelly, right? There's a saying that goes like this: show me your company and I will show you who you are. Yeah, you're right about that, Roxanne. Birds of a feather flock together. You're absolutely right about that. Once is an accident, not twice. Once, still not an accident, but I get what it is that you're saying. But definitely twice, it's showing how deliberate that it is. We should never revisit this era, says Roxanne. You're right about that. I don't own Tesla and never will do. I believe that we are heading into dark place. I can't see the sunlight, Roxanne. We are definitely, there definitely will be light, even even within and among that darkness that it seems as if we are heading into. There is going to be light at the end of the tunnel, right? All is not lost. These people are not all powerful as much as they want to present that they are all powerful, right? The thing is, when you have that element of fear, when people fear speaking up, when people see what the truth is and they fear speaking up for the truth, no, if you know what the truth is and you know that the truth is important, you speak up and you stand up next to the truth, because there's a lot of people that believe in things, but even though these people believe in these things, these people refuse to actually take action behind what it is that they believe. So if you believe in the truth, then what it is that you're going to do is you're going to stand behind the truth. Hold on, no, that's not what happened. And I'm not going to live in fear because you decided to corrupt yourself. And I'm not going to be corrupted by you because I have principle. Understand what I'm saying? I have a code. So whether or not you do, that's completely up to you. But at the same time, I will not allow you to corrupt me when it's all said and done. I think people got to really stand on what it is that they believe. You know what I mean? But yeah, the whole Snoop Dogg situation, I think there's a lot of people that were kind of outraged with the Snoop Dogg performance, right? I think there's a lot of people that were outraged about the Snoop Dogg situation and Snoop Dogg performing for Donald Trump um, as the crypto industry celebrates. Now, here's my thing, right? So we're going to talk about Snoop Dogg. Hold on, let me see. So yeah, so Snoop Dogg decided that he was going to go and that he was going to perform at. I don't believe it was directly at the inauguration. I think what Snoop performed at was he went to, it was like a crypto event. If my memory serves me right, it was some sort of crypto event. I don't believe it was directly the inauguration. No, it wasn't, because I think this happened like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, or something like that. It didn't happen yesterday. Or Monday, I should say. Because it's now, right, it's past midnight, so it's now Wednesday. But the whole Snoop Dogg situation, I think with Snoop Dogg and Nelly, I kind of have to look at it a little bit different. I mean, each situation is different, so you kind of have to look at it different. And I'm not giving Snoop Dogg a pass. Um, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, he's a grown man. Whatever. If he feels like he wants to go perform here, he can go perform here. This, that, and that. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Right. But here's the thing. Here's the problem that I have with that situation. Right. And then this is just from my perspective. Right. This isn't the narrative, or well, when I say it isn't the narrative, I'm not going off of what the narrative is, right? But basically, what it is that I saw Snoop Dogg, right? And I remember when it happened, when Snoop Dogg was talking about people who were going to perform at Trump's inauguration, and he said some very colorful things about those individuals that were going to do it. And he was saying that he was going to be roasting those individuals because those individuals are basically and not exactly, not verbatim, but basically they're bootlicking, right? This is what he would sort of describe it as. And to go from that in 2017, to go from that saying, that about Trump, to then performing at one of his events, right? When you yourself said that the people that were performing for him were a certain type of people. Again, we're not going to get into exactly what it is that he said, but you basically put your name behind that. You put your brand behind that. And there was a lot of people that were really championing that, like, yeah, Snoop Dogg is standing for something. Snoop Dogg believes in something. He's standing for what he believes. Right? So there was a lot of people that were like, yeah, you know what? Man, good on you, Snoop Dogg. Good job, man. Good job, Snoop. You right. Right? And then Snoop Dogg, you fast forward a few years later, and Snoop Dogg became the exact person that he was speaking out against. Snoop Dogg became the person that he was going to roast, right? Which is very ironic. So again, people are going to have their own personal views, right? Snoop Dogg is an adult. I keep telling you guys, though, stop putting these celebrities on a pedestal. They are only human beings just like everyone else, right? These people are human beings just like everyone else. And even inspired human beings like this, also make mistakes as well. Right? Keep that in mind. They make mistakes as well. So, in regards to Snoop Dogg, I'm not, again, stop putting these celebrities on a pedestal, right? Hip hop isn't the hip hop that it was in the 90s and in the 80s. I'm certain Tupac wouldn't have did this. It's not about putting Tupac on a pedestal, but Tupac wouldn't have did this. Nipsey Hussle certainly wouldn't have did this. You know what I mean? I don't see them doing it. And then certainly that is from my perspective, but I just don't see those individuals doing it. And I don't see those individuals necessarily approving of what it is that this guy's doing or this guy did, but he made his own decision. Now, how you going to trickle back? What is it that you have to? I'm curious as to what it is that he would say now that he has become the person, the very person that he was speaking out against. I'm curious what it is that he would have to say about this. And when I say curious, because I know it's going to come with, it's not going to come with authenticity. It's not going to come with something genuine. It's going to come with something, you know, it's going to come with PR. It's gonna come with media training. It's gonna come with searching for what the right words are to say in order to somewhat weasel and slip yourself out of the situation, right? And still be in the same standing that you were prior to what it is that the entire world watched you do, right? So it's one of those things. It's like, what did you decide? Did you decide that money was more important than what your values are and what it is that you said that what it is that you told people you stood for? Is the money more important than that? Because if it is, that's cool. Then say it. That say that. I think a lot more people would respect it if that's what it is that was said in the first place. It's like, all right, man, he ain't on that type of time. You know what it is, what it is. He don't see it the way we see it. It is what it is. But no, you actually did. You saw it. You saw it for what it was. And it hasn't changed because, we heard him sit up there and say that they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. We heard that. We heard what they said. We seen what it is that transpired in Times Square and what it is that they said about the island of Puerto Rico. Not him, he didn't say it, but the people that were at his inauguration, or not his inauguration, but his rally, they said it, along with all the other racist things that they said as well. So certainly that hasn't changed. So what is it that made you go against who it is that you told us that you are? You know what I mean? I'd be curious to find out what that is. You know what I mean? So that we could identify that sort of behavior in the future, so that we know what it is to expect. You understand what I'm saying? And I get it. I understand how society's set up, how the world is set up right now. But everything ain't about money, man, and all money ain't good money. It's not, man. It's not. But you decided, man, forget about them. Forget about what they got going on, man. I gotta get this bag. And I'm assuming that's what it is that transpired. I'm assuming that you guys got paid for what it is that you did. I'm assuming that that's what it is that happened. I'm assuming that you didn't go these places for free just because you really cared about him. That would probably even be worse. I'm not sure which one is worse, to be honest with you. But what's changed? What's changed? This is why I tell you guys all the time. I say it over and over. Don't put these celebrities on a pedestal. You can like some of the art that they put out, but understand that you don't really know the individual. You know who it is that they say they are. You know who it is that they portray themselves to be. But you don't really know what it is that they stand for or they stand on. That part of it you don't know. You understand me? So yeah. Am I upset with Snoop and Nelly? I'm not particularly upset with them. I'll be lying if I told you I wasn't disappointed. I am a little bit disappointed. But I didn't even know I would be disappointed because I didn't expect any of those things to happen. But at the same time, sometimes you just got to expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, our expectations, we do have expectations for certain people. I'm sure you probably had expectations. Oh, Snoop Dogg would never do some stuff like this. And then Snoop Dogg go ahead and do something like it. Wasn't nobody really even thinking about Nelly like that. He did his thing. He had his run. You know what I mean? He was one of them guys at one point, and then he just faded away. You know what I mean? Of course, he pops up every now and then, but he's somewhere doing his thing. Right? So nobody was really thinking about Nelly, and nobody ever really thought about Nelly as like some sort of leader in the Black community or a leader in any community, right? Nelly just did his thing. You know what I mean? Dude from St. Louis came on, had some songs that really were doing numbers, and some songs that people were circulating, and songs that people liked. Did his thing, and then he went on about his way. But again, we keep putting these people on pedestals, expecting these people to be somewhat lead us to the promised land. That ain't gonna happen. That's not what it is. Again, it goes back to what it is that I was saying before. These people don't have more of an impact on this universe than you do. Like, you matter. Like, look, you matter. You really do. There's a reason why you were given this experience, this physical experience. There's a reason why you were put here in this physical dimension to have this experience. And in having this experience, right? In having this experience, you have to understand that just because that person does this great, just because that person excels in this category, that doesn't necessarily mean, and it doesn't mean at all, that this person has more of an impact on the world or on the universe than I do. And I think people need to really kind of, not kind of, but really, really, really need to understand that. You matter. You know what I mean? Anyways, thank you guys so much. Roxanne, I do appreciate you. Terrence B, thank you so much for tapping in as well. I'm not going to be here too much longer. Actually, I was trying to work on something, but I was actually trying to work on, because it's not gonna just be lives on this channel. We're also gonna have other content as well. And I've really been working, I've been researching and typing a lot, especially in regards to the situation that happened with Jay-Z. And I kind of want to talk about that. However, it's like I'm actually waiting on something. Oh, okay, it's actually here. I actually can get started on it. So I've been waiting on this for hours upon hours since like after 5 yesterday. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on that tomorrow or later today. We're gonna start really breaking that down today, and then we're gonna go from there. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for tapping in. Thank you so much. Big ups to Georgia. Roxanne says it's snowing and very cold here in Atlanta, Georgia. Big ups to all of Atlanta, and big ups to you, Roxanne. I wish you nothing but health, wealth, and prosperity. And thank you so much for everything that you have done for this channel, have done for me, and continue to do. And you are the best, Roxanne, the absolute best. I appreciate you. Big up yourself. Have a wonderful night. Terrence B, big up. Thank you so much for tapping in. And everyone, just have a great one. I'm likely going to do a stream from my phone tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.